What up, though? This your brother Mike X.
My killers got them suits on like followers of Farrakhan.
And welcome to the 17 Winners Podcast, the realest podcast in the game.
I'm the jig in my city, yeah. I'm not saying they not good, nah. I'm just saying I'm the realest. Facts.
And my guest for the day is the brother Doug Little from the Comeback Kid brand. Is it Comeback Kid brand or is it Comeback Kid LLC or what is it?
It's Comeback Kid brand LLC.
Okay.
I'm known as the Comeback Kid.
Step up a little closer to the mic, yes, sir.
It's Comeback Kid brand LLC, but I'm known as the Comeback Kid.
Okay, yes, sir, the Comeback Kid. I like that. All right, well, first of all, as we introduce you, bro, I want to start off with your prison number. You remember it?
Oh, yeah, I definitely remember. I'll never forget it, 626-959.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. That's crazy that you said you'll never forget it because I just had an interview with a sister and I asked her prison number and she couldn't remember. I said, all praise be to Allah, you have gotten that far detached because, it was branded in me, just like you said. I don't know that I'll ever be able to forget. Inshallah, I live long enough to the point where I forget all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Everything that was not valuable to me at this point. But with that said, where you from, what you do, how long did you do, those few things real quick.
I'm from the city of Detroit. Okay. I grew up.
East side, west side, where you from?
I'm from the west side. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I basically grew up in Inkster. My mother's side is from the city of Inkster. So when my dad's from the east side. So my auntie, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with my auntie out of Inktown, man. And Inkster showed me a lot of love. A small city. Shout out to Inktown, man.
For sure.
And that's some of the streets that raised me besides being on the west side of my family and, my brothers. So I got a lot of love for Inkster. And me and Kevin got a lot of coming up for Inkster. You know
okay. All right. How long you been home? How long you been free?
This year be going on my 4th year right
Oh, you didn't even say how long you did, though. How long did you do?
Right, so I did 12 years of incarceration. 12 to 20 years was my sentence, but 12 calendars straight before I went up for parole.
Oh, okay, so you did see the parole board?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. Damn, so how long you been free? 4 years now?
Yeah, going on 4. This July will be my 4th anniversary, man, so... we're going to be doing something big for my 4th.
Yeah, I already know. I treat my anniversary of release just like my birthday. I literally celebrate 2 birthdays a year now.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to switch gears a little bit before we get back into the penitentiary. I have once gone to therapy since I've been in the joint, since I've been home from the joint, right? I did 15 years. And, when you've done a lot of time, you don't really feel comfortable talking about it. But since starting this podcast and having conversations with guys like you guys, like myself, I feel like I've been having like a therapeutic approach to my sentence and the struggles and pain or whatever it is that I've been carrying, right? With that being said, I just wanted to ask you about therapy. What's your feelings on it? Have you tried it? What you think about it?
I'm not against therapy. My outlooks growing up has always been I'm not talking to no white man about my problems or I don't need that help.
Felt you.
But what I will say, the reason why I'm not against it is because I'm a mentor. Yeah. So to be a mentor, you understand that people need to vent. Your mentee needs to vent to you. And I understand what that looks like. So I don't denounce therapy.
Makes sense.
I haven't did it myself off the 12 ball. It's something that I've recently signed up for. I feel like I had a lot of deaths and a lot of trauma in prison the world don't know about.
Yeah, for sure.
And it makes your heart cold, man, coming from that situation.
And in there we're literally trained, like, you don't talk about shit you see.
Right.
Flat out.
Right.
So the idea of going and talking to somebody about what I've gone through and seen sounds completely against everything I stand for.
Kind of like estranged, too.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, all right, I just want to know that. And the only reason I preface this section with that is because now I want to actually walk back into the penitentiary with you. Like, go.
And for the record, man,
yes,
I've never talked about on wax about my experience in the penitentiary. Besides with taping the TV series with Shaka Sojourner, Segura, dealing with my release, taping the TV series with OWN Network, and they was taping me for every day, like how my transition, what it looked like, Me and my brother, 2 entrepreneur brothers from the West Side, that switched the product, and it got cut. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that I worked hard on from the inside, and Lil C can witness to that. That the program that I did it on the inside impacted so many guys that got to LA. You know what I'm saying? And
what was the name of the program?
How about that for a crack baby?
How about that for a crack baby?
Keys to Mentorship and Success, and that was the name of my brother's book, and I named the program after the book.
Okay.
Because I wanted the title of it to stand out, which the book stands out. How about that for a crack baby?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? How about that for a crack baby? Shout out to Sean Blanchard, man, my older brother, because How About That for a Crack Baby, man, is a powerful book, man, that has impacted millions of people across the nation with him being a bestseller.
So let me ask you a question. Were you wrongfully convicted?
No, I wasn't wrongly convicted. I was over sentenced.
Okay, the reason I asked that is because I know you work with wrongfully convicted people,
Right, for
heavily. And I'm the same as you. I wasn't wrongfully convicted, but I was over sentenced. So I went back on appeal and I gave some time back because they over sentenced me on that truth in sentencing fake guideline.
In mine, I was over sentenced from the gate.
Yeah.
I had fought through the appellate system, but was denied. Spent a nice amount of pay, trying to get back. But one thing that it did do for me, it gave me a knowledge of the law that I never had because I was fighting.
Facts.
I was following
there.
motion after motion. I was in the law library bleeding it. You know what I'm saying? So with that experience, I was able to help a lot of others regain their freedom down the line from the stuff that we put in.
Did you ever get like exhausted? Did you ever get fatigued?
Not with that work.
It didn't? Because I swear, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
It got me upset.
Yeah.
But I never quit because I was hungry for knowledge and I wanted to crack the code because I knew I was right. So it was more of one of those things where I put a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah. I met up with the brother who helped me to get back in court and get my time back, Brother Floyd X.
I know you've seen the chip on him.
Listen, his whole life
was dedicated.
He's literally him and another brother, Dyson X, are the two brothers that made me start this. Those are the brothers that are the reason why I started this podcast, Dyson X and brother Floyd X. Floyd X is the one who had a chip on the shoulder so heavy about his conviction and overturning his conviction that he dedicated his whole time in the penitentiary to helping brothers get out. So he taught me law and helped me to work my case through. And then the brother Dyson X is so solid on his spiritual level that he was my spiritual mentor that helped me transition from, where I was at into the Nation of Islam. So yeah, those two brothers not being able to be home with me and calling me on a regular basis is literally the reason why I started this, because I didn't know enough of the law to help get them out, but I did know I have enough people watching me and listening to me that if I open up my campaign, if I open up my mouth and tell them that we need assistance, I can reach somebody. So that's literally where this started from, bro.
That's interesting, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting because now you're talking about the inside out.
Yes, sir.
And reaching back and staying connected.
Yeah, for sure.
Staying connected is important because I kind of call prison the source for reference, man, because there's a lot of OGs in there, man, that have beautiful minds, man, that just have, the weight of an L on their back.
Facts. And
that helped me grow and evolve into the comeback kid.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta give homage to the brothers that stood strong against adversity, like no other, man, with an L on your back, and really had genuine love for me, and seen the light in me.
You hear me? And
they
like
poured into that light.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? They poured in me, bro. Like they're like, yo, come to the study group. You need to be here.
You need to be here.
We don't care. Next week Friday, you going on the podium, pushing me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pushing me, bro. So that's something that.
And them brothers can't get here. They don't have what it.
They here with us.
I was just gonna say they
here with us
right now. They don't have the physical freedom.
Every time a returning citizen come through here and the comeback kid movement is there to support that returning citizen, they here with us, bro. And the things that you're doing, being a media platform and a voice for the formerly incarcerated and the incarcerated, man, it's mad homage for me, and I respect what you're doing. That's why I'm here today.
Appreciate that. So, all right, you did a stretch, so your day in the life probably changed a few times while you was in the penitentiary. Because when you first go,
it definitely did.
You don't even know
I can
nothing.
explain that for sure.
Yeah, so let's go into a day in the life. You can start wherever you want to start. What was your lifestyle like in the penitentiary, early and later? I'm
going to take it early, right?
Okay.
When I started prison on my journey, man, prison, I had looked at prison like being in a big-ass ghetto.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I got cats from the west side. I got cats from the east side. I got cats from southwest. I got cats from other cities, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know. And that's where it got interesting. But when it came to the D, and I seen my homies, you see what I'm saying? They brought home into the prison system.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I survived starting out.
Yes, sir.
With the homies.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I got to think about turning your back on the homies because the homies is that source to, when you first start prison, you don't know, it's the comfortability. You don't know, what to expect, where you about to be at, what's going on. So definitely you about to mess with the homies from the way. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? My homies from Inkster, man, had an Inkster car, like the feds.
Yeah, facts.
In the state.
Yeah,
you know
that Inkster car nice. Them boys solid.
Hey, them Inktown boys, Inktown strong, man. I got to give it to them. Stay
yes,
solid, man, and stuck together, you know. And that was a big part of my direction every time I got to a plantation, a joint, far as, who I'm walking the child with, who I'm kicking it with, who I'm versing with. So now I was going from a point of having flashback conversations. I'm just coming off the street, so everybody that's been down want to know about
everything that's been happening.
So now I'm the movie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the tape recorder. I'm the news and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I start out. So we start talking about, everybody want to know. So when that died down and I've been in there a minute, it go to me dealing with hood cats, moving the bag, playing basketball, and kind of just being in a joint.
Hey, man, this is starting to become a pattern, bro.
And kind of just being on the block in there. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like these are the guys that I mess with, the guys that was the bag shakers.
You find your community in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's kind of like, and then about 5 years of going through that, my 5th year is when I started to tap into that higher elevation.
Start finding you.
Finding me, but was willing to put those things aside. Put the guys from the hood that I knew as not the people in my direct circle that I hung with every day, but as associates. And I had to differentiate the two.
Yes, sir.
And when I did, it was like the sky cracked open for me, bro.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a whole broaden the horizon in the joint for me.
Yeah.
And then so now I gotta shout a couple old heads in that transition. Roderick McGuire, Killer Causey, down in Coldwater, champion boxer in the joint. You know what I'm saying? He and there need to be getting out on the health release. So we working on that. And then you got Sean X. You just I can go on, man. Yeah. You got a lot of AX. Which is Anthony X,
I was going to
man.
say which AX, because I know a couple AX.
Nah.
One brother AX did get out on the juvenile life.
I'm talking about AX that's in there.
Okay. My brother Alex X just got out on the juvenile life for bill.
And Kevin X. It was just a lot of brothers in that transition.
Your progress.
But one of my guy, man, Nutty, man, James Hicks, man, that's out here now with I think it's called True 3D Fitness.
Okay.
From Plymouth. And we was in the county together. We ended up at MR probably my 2nd year.
Oh, so you went back to the new MR when they opened it back up?
I went to the new MR. I got locked up in 2006.
Okay, yeah. So I was at the old MR. I was at the old MR, and I closed the old MR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you was at the real Gladiators.
Yeah. I was in the mix. I was in the mix.
So I opened it up. And then my man, we rolled from the county. We, no, not from the county, but this is the second joint, so it's my 2nd year. And Nut, man, I gotta give it to him when we was on a cell block. You know how MR is. It's a cell block, long hallway
with the bars.
With the bars, he come through and drop a message to the black man on me. I've never read it. Never
That's
knew
crazy
because
my next question was gonna be what was your book? What was your study list? So all right,
man.
message to the black man was dropped on you in your
I
second
ain't
year.
even hit the list. I gotta drop the book the Jew that he dropped on me, which is message to the black man.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, I ain't no Muslim, bro.
Right.
What's this? He like, man, you need to check this out. Read this, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was a little reluctant to it at first because, I grew up in a Baptist home, Christian. And
but this is a message to the black man in America, not Muslims.
But what got me was this. I had heard about Elijah Muhammad. I've seen, the Malcolm X story. But the thing was, at the time, outside of that, I was researching African culture and learned about lineage and who my family was and trying to connect that in prison. This was my chase.
That was your passion. That was the thing you found.
At the time, this was something I'm trying to crack the code on because I got so much time.
Hey, listen, bro.
And I'm in there like,
I just got done talking about that.
I'm hungry for this.
When you got
right
idle
now,
time in there, you find shit to do to occupy that time.
Right. So this is my go-to. This is my thing at the time. So when he hit the black message to the black man, and it was talking about, I remember I read a few, like the intro, the first page. It was talking about, it said something like, the black man in America. Mm-hmm. And when I read that line, that was it for me. I read the whole book after that. And then after that, after I read the whole book, in like 2 days, he was like, yo, I need you to, we gonna come out every day on the yard and build on what you reading out the chapters. I need you to highlight certain points, bring them, build with me about what you learning.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So my man, when he did that, this was like the first time in my life I had someone challenge me mentally about what I was comprehending. It was the first.
Let's see if you really are understanding what you say you read.
Can you break this down?
Yeah.
No, the brothers bill. So,
yes, sir.
And I'm like, I'm up for the challenge. I'm studying African culture. What you talking about?
Yeah,
all right,
nice.
so,
yeah,
I'm nice. All right. So I'm like, all right, bet. Boom. We started breaking it down. Had many questions. And the biggest question was, I don't want to turn this into like a service or nothing, but about the nation. I'm not gonna go on and go on, but I'm definitely a 5%er.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the nation, guys. Earth.
Peace.
And the thing that got me the most was the question, who is God?
God is man. Man is mine.
And when we got to that part about who is God, that grabbed my attention.
Yes, sir. Who was
that was my biggest thing. And when that hit me like that, that was like another thing that I wanted to find within myself and the research.
Okay.
Because at that point I was in prison. At first, I felt God had let me down from my perception of God.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And my perception of God was a bit different, believing in what you call white Jesus. And that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't care who don't like it, whatever. From what I know now, I believe that I was believing in an image that was representing a way for the white man to rewrite himself into history.
Hey, I'm not gonna
deny
that.
and that's just me.
I'm not gonna deny
and
that.
Shout out to everybody who really know the layers of the truth, because God doesn't have a color.
Yeah, fact.
And to be painted as an image of a color with blue eyes, that the white man is God so that can be superior here on earth, that's heavy. I'm not going to go no further than that. This is not service.
But I felt you. That was valuable. That was a valuable jewel. Yes, sir. That was a valuable jewel.
So boom, it gets heavy in there. So now I'm like, who is God? Like, then I started to understand, like, I am God.
Okay.
I am
All right,
God.
so let me ask you this. You are God, but you in the penitentiary. So where was you exhibiting power? Where were you exhibiting the ability to make things happen?
When you don't know the ledge of the truth, you fall off the ledge.
Facts.
So at that time, I was blind, deaf, and dumb. I didn't know I was God. Right. I was moving in my lower self. I was moving, with the trend and what I seen on TV. I was moving with what the Joneses was. I wasn't moving in the God realm.
Right.
but I wasn't exposed to that type of knowledge.
Fact.
So I elevated in prison.
So while you were in there, at what point did force and power become you?
Within saying that, my famous quote is, prison can become your graveyard or your university.
Facts. It is that.
For me, it was my university.
Yes, sir.
Boom. The answer to your question, when that light came on, 5 years in, message to the black man, let's go out here and get these endorphins off and work out. Let's get some of this aggression and anger off, and then we're going to work with this mind and put it on the pen. We're going to start writing essays. My man just had me doing everything that was challenging my mind, bro. And it gave me a sense of peace I didn't have in prison.
Well, Pac say, learn how to think ahead, so I fight with my pen.
That's it.
You feel me?
That's it right there. And I didn't have that sense of peace until I got in tune with myself and my mind. And that's the God source.
So
mind is man and what?
Man is God. So let me ask you this, though. Because I know how this enlightenment happens in the penitentiary, right? I know the whole process. You bump into it, right? And it shocks you. Mm-hmm. But I also know that part when you go against everybody, when you rebel against everybody because you feel like you have been mistreated or mistaught. Because I went through it. I remember when I got the knowledge of self and I started really studying. The first thing I did was went to the yard to build. You know, you go through the phase as a child in knowledge where you go have build wars. You want to go out here and I want to be able to say more deep shit than what you can say.
Right.
Mine is going to be superior than yours and all that shit. Right.
Oh, you got brothers that's about to write they about to tell you the whole universe.
Man,
what? Tear you down.
Just to do that. And then you grow in your knowledge and you grow in your wisdom, your wise dome, and you get to the point where then you can articulate yourself in the way that we're trying to get to an understanding, right? But in that middle phase, you do a lot of tearing down. You do a lot of destroying before building while you think you're building.
True indeed.
So did you have that that phase? How was that phase for you? Because I haven't had this conversation on the podcast yet.
For sure. I definitely had a build and destroy phase. And in that phase, in that 5 years, you know, I was tested, you know, with decisions as far as like, okay, it's a white cat. He vulnerable. We can squeeze this cat. We can have his people sending money. You know what I'm saying? Let's bite down on him. And it's kind of like, I'm not poor. That's that man's money.
That's a poor mentality.
That's that man's money.
Yeah.
He's trying to survive just like me. Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to squeeze this guy for shit. You know what? And then certain life should start. Things that are not you. Because you're in prison, so many people lose sense of self. I know on the street, I don't want to be talking about I'm out there storing no damn white man. That's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga gonna call the police on me.
Yo, the penitentiary
you know what I mean?
have you change your whole thought process. You be thinking crazy as hell.
And it's crazy, bro. But I watched. I was a big observer, and I was able to watch guys lose their identity. And it's sad to say, but that helped me from a distance because I already knew I had to keep my right frame of mind.
Yes, sir.
If nothing else, my mindset is all I have left, you know, and I really took that serious and started to invest in that. Yeah, like I say, bagged up from those different guys.
You ever do whole time?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did a year. I did a year solid for an incident. And it's funny because I was up north. I was at Chippewa.
Earth.
Yeah,
I was there.
Boom, I'm on the west side.
But I was just finna ask what side. I was on both sides.
I blew the west side.
Yeah, that was the lit side.
Because them Qs, I'm over in the cell now.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm on the west side. Wild little cat come ride in. He like 18, 19, and his people hit me up on JPay like, woo, woo, be here, woo. Not listening. I'm way like, when this happened, it's 2-10. I'm 4 or 5 years in the bit, all still thugging. But yeah, but I'm 4 or 5 years in the bit, And it's like he ride in, hair not braided. I'm like, bro, why you want braids in the joint? You want
Some
another
nigga
man to
behind
sit
you
between
braiding
another
hair.
man's legs to braid your hair. And most of them is what, bro? Punks. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, none against gay people. That you do your thing. You want
Yeah,
to
we
be
call
gay,
them Medea on here.
you know what I'm saying?
I call them niggas Medea.
If you want to be gay, bro, you have the freedom to be gay. That's on you.
That's on you, yeah.
I don't have
I just
nothing
don't
against
participate.
gays. I don't
I just
indulge.
don't participate.
So definitely in the joint. So boom. I said, bro, you sure you wanna have braids in the joint? You know, that's maintenance, that costs money. You gotta pay for. Yeah, man, that's what I want. Okay. He's starting off wrong there. So I said, okay. You just got here. Okay. So you about to meet some interesting ass dudes with that hair.
Yes, sir, because
You know
we
what
up
I'm saying?
north. We at Earth.
about
Earth
to
is
meet
the
some-
worst of the worst.
You about to meet some interesting ass
You finna
dudes
meet
with
some
that hair.
interesting people with that hair.
And that's what I'm trying to tell him. He ain't want to listen. So boom, that was his one thing. Then boom, the Bloods is on his head. He from the east side. 7 Mile Bloods and the joint's real prevalent
Yeah,
at
they
this
heavy
time.
right now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they biting down.
When was
on-
this, like 2010, 11?
It's like 10, 11.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was there then.
Yeah.
I was
10,
either
11,
at Newberry.
this-
No, I was at Algermax.
This is exactly when it's around this time in the joint. So
Yeah, I remember that time in the joint. The
around
heavy
10,
heavy
11.
Young Money, Lil Wayne.
Yes, sir.
Boy, it was so many Bloods
It
that
was
was
so
just
many-
showing up. I was like, damn.
Where's this coming from?
It got so heavy to the point where I was starting to reach out to them and bring them to service in droves. Because
sir.
like it was like, damn, this is where our youth is. All of the young guys is Bloods.
Right.
I call at home, my
Right.
little brothers are Blood. I'm asking my little brother, what type of literature y'all be? We kicking it. I'm talking to the young brothers in the joint. Hey, man, oh, y'all be on this? All right, well, this means this for real. And bringing them over to service because it was
Right.
like so many Bloods that was just, and all of the young guys was Bloods. It was crazy. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, for sure. And that's what it was at that time in the joint. So you remember 210, 211. And at this time, you know, they on his head. And his bunkie was a GD and going to saying he was in the nation. I've never seen this in my life. I didn't understand it.
Okay.
Like, bro, you a GD and you a Nation of Islam, they would have killed you, so you're lying.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
you're definitely lying. But which one are you?
Right, yeah, no, for
You know,
real.
but he was confused. So he's trying to confuse little homie. And I told little homie, like, look, man, you know, what I believe in, you don't have to believe in it, bro. But what I will give you is some skills and tools from what I believe in that will
That
make
you
your
can
life
use.
better.
Yes, sir.
And that you can't say, this led me in the wrong way, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. And he became intrigued with the literature or whatever, some of the Jews from the 5% automatically because we know it's poor and righteous. And from that, they was pissed. The Bloods was pissed, whatever. They was pissed about that. So dig what happens. Store day come. I send a secure pack to him. Why his bunkie on top lock, bro? The oldest trick in the book. His bunkie's on top lock. He bringing me noodles. You know the noodles look like a lot.
Big as hell, yeah.
Oh, I ordered a 30-pack. So
That's
it
a
look
big-ass
crazy
bag.
to enjoy. It look like I got a bag. You know what I mean? I got noodles, kid. This ain't even $10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it
The
look
bag
like he
looks
bringing
so
me
big, though.
It look like he bring me something crazy. But I had coffees, you know, my hustle coffees.
Mm-hmm.
I had my noodles,
Okay.
2 for $3.
Okay.
I got my, I got the stove.
You got a
going,
stove,
so I'm
right?
hustling.
All right.
So, he basically getting a hustling kit.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we take our little food out, we gonna eat, and the rest we gonna flip and get another one or another 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we eat for free. That's what we doing. So I tell him, I said, man, where is the rest of the stuff? Like at the count, I need you. You know, this dude met me in the kitchen. I'm glad you've been in a joint because nobody would believe this. Nobody would believe. He meet me in the kitchen. They're like, bro, the bag is gone, bro. Like, your stuff gone, bro. And I'm talking about big coffees.
bag is
I
gone.
ordered like 10 coffees, yellow bags. Ooh,
Them
them
joints
yellow,
are like $350.
man, them
That's
gold
$35.
bags. I'm heated, them gold bags. We call them gold
Them
bags.
gold bags. That's $35.
Them gold bags, right? I say, man, these lames, right? So he say, bro, the bag gone. What we gonna do, bro? I say, that bag gotta come up after the count is let out. What's the problem, man?
No, for real.
I say, you know what? Don't say nothing to nobody. Go back to your cell. Tell your bunkie. I said, meet me down here in the kitchenette. He the only other one with the key. On top lock. So you waiting in the bathroom. Where you going? So you mean to tell me somebody that skated past with this stove bag?
While you was
in
in
the
the
bathroom with no dice, with no wine, with
You don't got no reason to just be
No
in
weed.
the bathroom, bro.
and you in this pissy ass stall. Huh?
And it stink.
And it stank. And you standing here and you a GD and a nation cat. Get your lame man. Hey, listen, man. I told little dog, I said, man, hey, look, tell dog, yeah, holler at me when in the kitchenette.
Yeah.
He said, all right, bet, bro. He all said, I'm like, don't worry about it. Boom. He come down to the kitchenette. This was the first time in prison when I got disrespected.
Okay.
This
All
was
right.
the first incident where I got
Had to lay
disrespected
your
face to
demonstration.
face, where I had to perform.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, you said what, bro? Yeah. So when it happened, he come down to the kitchenette. Now at the time, I'm in the mud. I got, dice games going on in the house. I got stoves. I'm moving around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta get that Western
Yeah,
Union.
you jailing.
I'm gelling. I gotta get that Western Union, OG.
got it, man.
Every day. I'm
Was
trying to
was
get.
you around for the green dots?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Pumping.
What?
They shut it down.
They shut it the green dots down.
Oh
We was
man.
running green dots up. All right.
Man.
Yeah.
So that was Kevin thing. He used to give me a green dot when I come on. You need some numbers, cuz.
You need some
straight.
numbers.
You need some numbers.
Man.
I'm like, man, it's heavy. So, boom. Where was I at? He
You met dog in the
kitchenette.
Yeah.
I was about to the part where what he told me.
Yeah. Right.
Told me to my face. He said, I said, bro, where's the store bag at, bro? I said, that wasn't all my stuff. Regardless if it was all my stuff or not, I say, Rio, you gamble with me. I say, you mess with me every day. I say, little homie, where that store bag, bro? I don't know. He start out mellow. Then he say, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, that ain't my store bag. Nigga, I ain't got shit to do with that. I said, say less. And I walked out that kitchenette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now in prison, he a GD and a nation cat. So he believed he got 2 miles behind him at this time.
Found that
I
out
was
quick,
really
yeah.
more like a solo dolo type of cat, but that hung, you catch me 2-3 cats, but dolo, cat 2-3 cats. You know what I mean? But and so it don't look like a mob is behind me. But bro, when you blessed and you
It's
respect
crazy though,
it,
but you see them 2-3 cats ain't the same 2-3 cats. It's 30 different 2-3 cats that I'm walking up on, nigga.
and then
There's 60 niggas on this yard that
the
love
heavy-
me.
but that's the heavy part. So when it pop off, you not understanding what you just
Fact.
done.
Fact.
Because now it's some backlash because you got brothers from the east, the west, the nation, whatever organization. Now it's a problem out here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So now word buzzing a little bit. It's a problem. I didn't let the word buzz. You know what I'm saying? They broke child. We walked the child. Matter of fact, let me rewind this. I ain't been in prison in a minute. I don't want to put no cap on here because guys from the joint is watching your podcast.
Yes, they is. They are listening. They're paying attention to
I'm
everything.
a put it all the way 100. So nothing happened that day. I shut it down. I remember that day, guys was doing a lot of talking. So what I did was I went in my room and I played the day room the whole day. I ain't go to child. Child broke and everybody mobbed out. It was crazy. I seen the static about to happen, right? I remember I fell back and cooked up. I'll never forget this. Boom. I let the whole day roll out. Guys trying to come to my door all night, all through second shift, third shift, whatever. Ain't nothing up, bro. I'm straight. They knew it, though. So when child broke for breakfast, as you know, it was dark, 6 a.m. My bunkie was sick, man. I'll never forget it. My bunkie from Inktown, man, from Saigon, actually, man, Drill Nelson. And bro used to be on tip. But he always used to tell me, like, man, watch out for them suckers. He never liked me hanging with the young cat or even take him under my wing because he felt like, you know, he could be influenced or that he was listening to these guys.
You sound goofy. You sound about goofy.
Definitely. So, boom. When it's happening, we in the cell. I tell him, like, G, I'm out. That night, I told him, this is my bunkie. So that night, I told him, I'm packing the green bag. You know, I'm like, hey, bro, dog said, fuck me in the kitchenette to my face.
Yeah.
That he don't care about that bag. It don't matter. And just whatever. So he like, bunkie pissed. Oh, man, damn, I told you I fuck with them suckers. And woo, woo. Man, I'm trying to help the brother. If this the cost for me helping somebody that reached out for me to the street to make sure that he got his food, his jogger suits, kept his appearance right, got his spirituality in order. Hey, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the type of person I am. So I took that on. And this what came with it. So we riding, though. I'm not going to leave him. You niggas just stole the bag. You went and got that for me? All right, let's roll. That morning, we loaded up. My bad. Good. We loaded up. I packed all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Walked to the child hall. I told my bunkie, call my people. Boom. When we go, my man with me and my bunkie. I'm in the back. We come in there. This when they first started to swiping the IDs. I'll never forget. Okay. Boom. Dude and them, we on the east side. So dude and them, we on the east side of Chippewa. So all the cats that's been in the joint that's listening to this, we come in and they're to the left, and they're going out the side door dumping their trays. Yeah. Dude, I didn't even swipe the ID. I beeline out the line with them, behind them. They didn't even see me know that I was with them. Yeah. Man, listen, the guy that told me in the kitchenette, I don't know shit about that, fuck that shit, I blew his ear off.
Burned him or you fired on him?
No, I burned him. Blew his ear off. His shit fell on the ground in front of the chow hall. Then his mans, he from PA. Okay. I ain't gonna put your name on wax, bro. That's some joint stuff, so I ain't gonna do that. This old. Yeah. Man, boy, with you. I tell him, he act like he gonna run up on me. I bag him up with the hitter, like, man, bag up before I blast you too. Yeah. He run to the unit.
He ran all
That's
the
why
way
I say I ain't gonna put his name on the floor.
Okay.
But I just seen this guy at the liquor store.
Hey, that'd be the funniest.
You know what I'm saying? I just seen this guy at the liquor store. He say, bro, you out here, bro. And I seen him on Puritan. On the Ave. Yeah, he ain't think it was real. I say, yeah, I'm right here.
Yes, sir.
I say, you know what? Take care of yourself out here, man. Stay blessed.
Hey, man,
and let him walk out the store.
In the penitentiary. I ain't gonna lie.
I let him walk out the store.
Staying solid in the penitentiary
because guess
carries
what?
over out here.
Guess what I knew about him? You a follower, man. You gonna get yourself smoked because you a follower. Yeah. Either in here or out there. Yeah. You following dog that's confused, talking about he a GD, a nation. Any man that doesn't understand who he is has some mental issues and some deficiencies in his life he has to fix. Right. And if you hanging with that, bro, that's why I ain't shooting you. Hey, go ahead about your way.
Cause y'all
it ain't worth my time, man.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And that was a turning point in the joint for me, to make a long story short. But I never was the type of person in the joint, you know, to act bad or, you know.
So that's what you did your year for? In the
approach
hole?
Anything. Yeah. Okay. I end up
because you blew him.
Yeah, I did.
Flat piece?
No, I had an ice pick, yo.
For real?
From the kitchen. And I'm talking about my old head was sharpening this a day for about 30 days. Yeah. That's why it just canceled.
That's crazy. That's what made me think. Cause I'm like, man, it had to be a flat piece.
Man, I'm talking about this shit was like some off-white Nikes. Like,
hey, you ever heard the sound of it when you hit that when you hit the neck or the shoulder that pop?
Like some off-white Nikes.
Hey, when you hit that pop, that bitch be like pop real loud like a gunshot, nigga.
Yeah, man, and I never liked to be, you know, in the mix of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And even in the joint, I had some Cartier glasses. The guy stole them. I used to hang with him. He'll never wear Cartiers again.
Hey, it's crazy. Cartiers just come so easy to come by in the penitentiary. At one point in time, I had like 3 pair in my locker.
No doubt. Woods, too.
Yeah, yup, the
now
Woods.
They 3,000.
Now they 3,000.
Set on, right?
That's crazy as hell.
And you know, it was things that happened in the joint, man. I just was a person, you know, that just handled those type of things when they happen. and keep it moving to focus on family and impacting others. And that evolving process, man, I really humbled myself and separated myself from a different crowd, and that's what opened the gates for me.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this question. With that being said, what was it in prison that you brought out from prison that was part of your daily routine that you still like carry on now?
Something that I brought from prison that sticks, that stands out to me is my organization skills.
Yeah,
and how I put things together.
for sure.
I learned a lot of technical motor skills in prison. I got technical in prison, and this is how today I'm able to run a company because of prison, because I became technical.
Yeah.
With detail, far as how I'm laying something out.
Okay.
And being able to display that to a team in prison.
Yeah, for sure.
And then how the men execute the assignment.
Yeah, for sure.
So when that was really giving me a CEO position, I didn't understand it. Now I look at it that way. But when you're able to delegate tasks to a team, man, and they succeed and be able to execute those things, C was a living example of that, witness of that in there. And like Jose, he was a co-facilitator. How about that for a crack baby? I was able to help him get his resume and, different things with organization skills that he already was doing, was just enhancing him and motivating him, man. And now he's the reentry coordinator for Sato. We're talking about a juvenile lifer.
Yeah.
We're talking about someone that still has this on their record, not expunged or innocence.
Right.
We're talking about a felon that is servicing the MDOC with aftercare plans and real help.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shift in the way things are being done downtown.
Yeah.
For reentry, and that's actually what I'm gonna get to later. How I got with the brother Terrence Calhoun that was recently exonerated from 15 years from a DNA kit. I know we'll talk a bit more about that.
Yeah.
And
Just a second, I got you
for sure. But Jose Burgos is the reason why I was there, because he is the reentry coordinator for him, with him working hand in hand with MDOC on his transition.
Okay.
And that's my man that worked with me on reform. Hey, that's the phone call. You know what I'm saying? And just so happened that same guy was on the rock with us. But I'm going to get into
it. Yeah, for sure. So that's what you took with you. What did you leave? What you leave in there? What are your daily routine that you like? Or like forget? Because I asked the brother that question before, and he was like, shit, it's kind of still in me.
These are great questions, man. I've never answered these questions, bro. Like, this is interesting, man. Something that I left in prison, what I left in prison was legacy, bro.
Break that down. Help me understand that.
I don't have an indeficiency that I feel prison plagued me with.
Okay.
That I left.
Okay.
You know, the solitude helped me.
Me too.
The confinement and the structure, all of it helped me because I was determined. So I would say I left legacy in prison because guys was able to see a man reform himself.
That was solid. That was 100%. Because if nothing else, the guys who were around you watching you transform yourself were able to see that it's real. It can happen.
Yeah. Word up. Like that's
what a Dyson X was for me and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was a lot of brothers that was that for me, like Shaka. You know what I'm saying? So
I know the brother.
Word up.
Yeah.
And that type of magic and rhythm, bro, was the path that I wanted to it's like passing the torch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have those brothers coming out with an elite mindset and pushing that bar, challenging legislation in the state of Michigan to pay these brothers, challenging them to do the right thing, in which we know that's just a fight. So to answer your question, yeah, bro, that's it right there.
Next question is you had to have, like, to get through. Like, me personally, and I'm gonna ask you about your music taste as well, because I want to make sure and introduce that into the podcast. But outside of that, was there anything that you felt like if it were not in existence, you would not have gotten through?
Music.
Music, you too?
Me too.
Oh, I'm a music guy.
I'm a writer, so music was my thing, bro. Like, music was able to help me paint pictures of the future and what it may look like. Music was my inspiration. Music was the narration of a different world to whatever tune I was listening to. So I'm a creative, so my imagination was able to get more creative from the pictures that the brothers was narrating.
Damn, you came down in 06, so you missed tape boxes, huh?
No, I had one.
You had a tape box?
What?
Oh, my God.
32 in it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was illegal.
Yes, sir.
They tried to take my tapes every week. I had Street Lords and Rock Bottom on one tape.
Yes, sir.
What you talking about?
Yes, sir. That was the real penitentiary days when we had the tape boxes and the boom boxes. Man, listen. That used to be my hustle for a couple years. I used to have tape boxes.
I used to trade tapes.
Yep, just come out trading tapes, selling tapes. All right, I'll give you this G Unit, give me that T.I., that Lil Wayne, and that. And then I go sell 2 of them and keep the one I like the most. That was my hustle for a couple years.
Said that G, and you sound like the catalog for sure. What was that?
Because I was in the penitentiary from 2000.
What was that? What was it called?
Music by Mail.
Music by Mail.
Come on, bro. I was there for real. I was off the Music by Mail every month. That's how I passed my time. Whatever the new release sheet was, I was going to order the whole new release sheet.
Crazy.
Me and my bunkie used to order the whole, all right, bro, it's 10 releases. That means all of them $10 is $100.
No doubt.
You get 5 of them, I get 5 of them. We listen to both of them.
We got it. We can hear all the
whole
joints.
new release.
We get it all the
Man, what? That's how I used to get my music.
That's how we get on the streets.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. And even in the conversation for the streets, you like, yo, you heard that.
Exactly.
And don't let you hit them before they
hurt. Oh, man. They ain't heard it yet.
Oh, you the topic on the yard.
Yeah, I got that new G Unit.
And you get the rep on them on the phone like, yeah, y'all ain't heard that, woo, woo, woo. They like, no, we ain't heard that.
Yes,
you like,
sir.
yeah, I'm in here banging it right now.
Yes, sir. So, did you have to go see the parole board?
Yes, I did.
You did? How was that experience?
5 P's for me for the parole board.
Okay.
For y'all that don't know what the 5 P's is, you need to learn what they is.
Preparation prevents poor performance.
Dig. You know, I had built a portfolio. I mean, my brother, at the time he was in the Forbes. I mean, worked for Mayor Duggan. I had got him in on a one-time visit from the warden. We did an event. We gave away mad books to the youth side and the adult side. It was just a lot going on, a lot of media attention. Yes, they like, this guy brother ain't gonna run the red light. Let him go home.
Yeah, so you got your first parole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I got my
some
first
of your
parole.
advantage and disadvantages coming home. Like, it sounds like you had a lot going for you. So, like,
something that my man is fighting for, legislation, Jose Virgos, just went to go sign and testify about his situation without having identification getting out. And this was done in Lansing, actually here. Okay. He just did this recently because when I got out, I experienced the same thing where I didn't have identification for, I think, 60 days or 90 days. And it was real hard for me.
Yeah.
That was one of the challenges for me as well. My brother speaks on it on a different level because he's from Puerto Rico but was born here. So his birth certificate
says over there.
It still says over there. Something is weird. It's crazy. So for me, another challenge of mine was coping with my mother being deceased and going back to my grandmother's house and not seeing her. That was my biggest, like, wow. Yeah. You know? And then another challenge for me that I could say was a challenge. It wasn't finding work because I had a mindset, you know, things going on. Entrepreneurship was there from the gate because of my brother. But, you know, I think a challenge for me was I was trying to plug into a lot of local things. And it was a challenge because a lot of people say that they like to help or want to help was closing the door.
Oh, yeah?
Behind the scenes in Detroit. And to some things that was possible where we was coming with sponsorship and free things for the youth. And a lot of that was going on and I really was like disappointed. But it put a fire. And when that happened, I kept networking, and a lot of times, you know what started to happen, bro? The same people that was closing the door, I would end up on their stage through another administrator or somebody else that believed in the story, and then they would become baffled by the story, and they would be the same people buying Comeback Kid brand gear, or they would be buying the sneakers from me or something. Damn. And that's just how I was working, man, because it was a grind getting out here saying, yo, I want to tell my story. I want to be a speaker. I want to do this full time. And it doesn't pay you like that initially. Why? Who knows you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from prison. I had a upside due to my family and who my family is with that. And that helped. But guess what? That wasn't enough.
Right. Because
you
got to do your own
You got to
work.
hit the ground and get the running. So that's what I did. I built. For those that want to be entrepreneurs or that's coming out of prison, the first thing that you should do for yourself is get on the ground and build your own resume. No matter how many times you're turned down or what's not an opportunity, you have to make opportunities. And that's my biggest thing about making the comeback. I'm the comeback kid because every barrier, every no was all the way to Oprah.
Yeah.
How? Get it? It's kind of like when they was telling me no for the program, I didn't stop. It took over a year and a half, maybe 2. But guess what? It still got the attention that it needed because guess what? We was doing the real work. We wasn't looking for the attention. We planned this to be able to have an outlet and a voice in a place that's so suffocated with darkness and an outlet. So me and Jose said, yo, we're going to be that source. We're coming out of here and we're going to reach back in here at some point. Yes, and now today, that's what's going on for real, full circle.
Yes, sir. So in 12 years, man, you had to have 12 birthdays in the penitentiary. You have any memorable ones? How you celebrate a birthday? Did you celebrate?
Yeah, I definitely celebrated my birthday in prison. Majority of the time, my whole ritual was to basically cook with all my guys that's in the unit, or basically like the whole unit, the whole rock going dumb. You know what I'm saying? Sure. That was just my thing.
Yeah, do
you know, but everybody eats B on my birthday. Like I'm talking about niggas that's retarded on the top tier. I don't fuck with.
Come get you a bowl.
Hey, nigga, you want a burrito, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. You know what I'm saying? We did that, man. And Seeking Witness, we used to be on the yard with bowls with raps in them and all that. You know what I'm saying? And we did that to keep that pride, man, that this is your birthday. I don't care that you're in the penitentiary. We're going to live it up because we're living. We're not going.
Penitentiary, a whole world, man.
You know?
It's a whole world.
We're a world inside of a world.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
And I will rep and say, man, I had a lot of cards. I still got all my well, not all of them. But I got some heavy, significant penitentiary cards I'm actually going to show on IG one of these days soon. Well, and just share all the love that I was receiving in the place that they say most guys are irredeemable or they're crazy or they're unfit for society. Are some of the best dudes I ever met in my life that always showed me love. And that's why I do the work that I'm doing today.
Okay.
Because I understand that everybody needs somebody. And if you can be that source or that plug, you know, I can't help everybody, but guess what I know that I do every day? If I help somebody, one man, 2 people, it don't matter, and keep going, because what I taught them is going to go to the next person. It's going to come back around. And at the end of the day, somebody not locked up, prostituting, dead, whatever, anybody can make a comeback from what they done been through.
Yes, sir. You
know what I'm saying? And I'm pushing that. And I'm serious about it because our life, me and you a comeback kid. You made a comeback, bro. You here, I'm on your podcast, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know how many guys that hit me up coming out that situation don't know what to do? You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I'm not a millionaire.
Right.
But guess what? I've made a lot of money working for myself.
Yes, sir.
To be able to provide for myself. And now my daughter's 2 years old, Energy.
Congratulations.
You know
I got a son, 7 months.
And I named her Energy, God. You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
And understanding that she part of the solar system. She gonna light up rooms. I put that over her life before she was even here.
Yes, sir.
You know? And her personality is outstanding. And we have to speak it into existence, man. To anybody that's in that struggle and that fighting a joint, live your dreams by first speaking it, writing it, to visualize it, to make it become tangible. Because in there, at that point, you can't have all the things that the world offers to be in front of you tangibly. But what you do have is your imagination and your ideas, and you can walk into them if you believe them first.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If you believe them first, because life's throw obstacles, but those obstacles bring opportunities, because the doors that were shut, it sent me on a different journey or a different path to get to that same goal. And I learned so much on that different path that it always bring it back full circle. It's kind of like 360 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a half a cipher. It was a whole 360, because, you know, a lot of people like to go 180. You know, they get exhausted, stop. No, keep going, because it happens in its alignment, in its design time, when it's genuine.
Yes, sir.
I can't speak for anything else. I can speak for what's real and what's genuine. You know, cats ask me, damn, you giving all this stuff away, man. How you getting paid? I said, the universe paid me, man. Every time I give something away, I'm blessed tenfold from I don't know where.
Yeah.
From the quasars, the stars. Hey, listen.
It's coming.
People hit me up and be like, yo, I need 10 pairs of sneakers. Crazy as hell. I be like, yo, this shit's dope. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I might not have it. I might need it. And here come the DM. The consistency of what I've been doing has put me in that position. And anybody that's coming out the joint, stay consistent, man, with your vision.
Sir.
And it didn't start out with the Comeback Kid movement. It started out with me being a fitness trainer. It started out with me just being wanting to tell my story. It got way deeper.
All right, man, because listen, with that said, I want to get right into what you're doing right now. Like,
what I'm saying?
We've been to the penitentiary.
Sure.
I got the listeners got a chance to hear your penitentiary experience.
Sure.
It's a couple more segments where I'll tap back into the penitentiary, but at this point, I want to talk about today. Because we are not in that damn penitentiary, made it out that mud.
We're far from it, bro.
Okay, so in 3 years and 9 months, you are at the point where you are now, to the point where you drew my attention, because I didn't know what was going on with you until I saw you putting in the work. So with that being said, what are you doing right now? What is your passion? What is your everyday? Where your mind at? What you focused on?
For sure. What I'm doing right now, is rebranding things with my apparel for this year, and really like focusing on that and having fun with that. And then another thing I'm doing, I'm relaunching, the website. I'm in the construction phase with that, because I've been doing it a few years now, a couple years. So it's solid under my belt. So now when it comes to content and graphics, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. So I'm looking at change with that, and I'm looking at enhancing the team, because I'm building a team for the movement. And that's just what it is, because I just be excited, man, to see, like, see one of my mentees, bro, like, this cat came from prison, bro, like, going nuts. And like, he on live, and he on just Instagram video chat with me. And, at the time, my girl, shout out to Shayna Digital, man, with helping me learn a lot about digital literacy and graphics and websites. And my girl was a nut, what I'm saying? And she also was giving me tips to drop on C, and it never was a lie, bro. Like, everything that I told him, bro, like, he was plugging it in. I watched him go from 1 gram to 2 grams. This nigga started a whole, like, mediagram. And then I'm like, oh, what is he doing now? Now he's taping rappers. And, like, I'm just like, damn. And first it started with his clothing line. He seen me my clothing line, and he asked me questions about how to do questions. I'm trademark this, do this, copyright that. Can't even come out until you do that. Yeah, don't even play with it. If you do that, then you get sued. Somebody steal your stuff. Don't do that. Don't play with yourself. He like, all right, bro. And I just love this guy process. You know what I'm saying? I just love his fire, and being able to take the example of me getting off the top bunk, getting straight to it, real.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And taking it not as a joke. And it's one of my biggest payoffs today, man. To be able to see Lil C do graphics for me, edit videos for me now, and I'm the same person that led him on the path, man. So
Yeah, that's dope.
with entrepreneurship, so
Yeah, that's dope as well.
where I'm at, and to get back to the initial question though, where I'm at today, I'm with the brand. It's rebranding. Doing some commercials
Shout out
this
the brand
year.
again.
You know what I'm saying? Comeback Kid brand. Doing some commercials and hosting my own events. I'm looking forward to do some pop-ups and some panels this year.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I got some ill stuff cooking on that. And then I'm looking forward to dropping brick and mortar. It's about that time. I'm looking forward to get off, just primarily online, but always gonna have my online presence with sales.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for a store in my own space. And just create that vibe, man.
Yes,
Where
sir.
people
What
can
about
come in and interact and build, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that this year. And I'm also, where I'm at right now with reform, though, prison reform, we're dealing with Kevin Harrington and the National Rosanna Reed's organization, Larry Butter and different brothers, man, that's been through that situation, that's locked in. What I'm more so tapped into is the reentry side of when they come to society. And then I'm also working on some things for guys that are having mentally ill challenges.
Okay.
And that need education in the prison system. So basically, I'm going to be dropping like some audio books to put on JPay, and I'm going to be dropping some a physical book as well. It's one of my biggest projects that I actually wrote the book in prison.
Okay.
And my first book is going to be a compilation book.
Okay.
Of untold stories of guys that was in my camp in prison.
Okay.
That actually did time with me, that actually moved with me, and how they changed their life around, and how they on their comeback today.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and that's just something I really want to bring home. Coming soon. I'm taking my time though. I really felt pressure to write my book. I felt pressure to drop it in the way that other people wanted to see it drop. I don't want to say no names on that. But I think a lot of times when you come from prison, somebody told me they didn't expect you to be this smart.
No, they don't.
And guess what? That statement offended me though.
Yep.
And it was kind of like, nah, you got me mixed up. But guess what? Stay tuned.
I mean, because realistically, the totality of what we were able to think ourselves into at the time was prison. Mm-hmm. If you think about the fact that every single thing that happens in your life is a direct reflection of what you're thinking and the decisions that you're making, right? So if your best thinking got you to the penitentiary, then in the mind of a person who didn't go, I ain't going to say in the mind of all people, but in some people's minds, they think, well, if you got yourself there, you can't be able to do too much more thinking.
Right.
What they fail to realize is that I ain't got nothing but time to think.
Right.
So even if I don't do nothing but become such a diabolical criminal that I can outthink your smart ass, it's going to be that.
Right.
Because I'm sitting on nothing but time to become
think.
smarter. Yeah,
Right.
just time to think. And so I know guys who become geniuses on cards. Niggas know how to play cards to the point where they're a genius on the card. I got a homeboy, this was my guy. I used to sit down for a year straight and just come out every day. I'm doing my thing, but when he come out and we are out together, I used to watch this brother. He'd sit up and gamble, play poker every single day, clean up the yard and walk back in his room every single day. He's a genius with this. He's not hustling he's not gambling. This brother hustling. He ain't losing. He ain't coming out here losing. This brother coming out here playing with these cards and walking back with all y'all shit every single day. And when he lose, he do it on purpose so y'all don't start trying to rob him and shit. I say, man, this brother's a genius. Oh, with nothing but cards. The brother also has gotten out the penitentiary and done great things. You know what I'm saying? He'll be on the show soon, but like this is the type of genius we have. Even if we ain't doing nothing, the genius is there. God is man, right?
Right, sure.
So back 40, what was that for you? How was walking that backyard?
Man, the back 40 was the jungle, though. You feel me? Like the back 40, man, was like being in the projects in the hood.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So the back 40, it'd be set up like, it depends on what spot you at, what joint you at. You know they be on that fire to a group stuff, but you got Nation Cats, you got, you know what I'm saying, You got different groups in 8 different sections. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take MR, for example, because it was heavy like that. And then that was really the battlefield as far as the workout, man. We used to make obstacle courses. You know, man, the big yard was the outlet. You know what I'm saying? And the big yard also where you get the most skills and tips and tools, man.
Remember working out and the brother be like, you be like ready to quit, and the brother be like, what if the fences fail right now? You'll quit?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, that was the motivation. Like, bro, if the fences fail right now, you could get up out of here, you'll quit because you tired?
That's right.
No, hell no, I ain't
Hell
gonna
no,
quit.
I
Let's
ain't-
go
I'm
and get
gone.
across this yard.
Yes, sir. You know, them bear crawls, man, and, you know, and then, you know, I used to challenge myself. All them boys in the nation that was generals. Come on.
You know it.
You know what I'm saying? Kurdex.
You know I was one of them.
You know what I'm
souls.
saying?
I was
You know,
one of them
Kurdex
top
trying to
soldiers.
break your legs with
Yes,
duck
sir.
walks and all this. Talking about,
Yes,
come on,
sir.
walk the child with me
That's
after he
probably
done
why
bust
my
you down.
body's so messed up.
You know
Now I
what I'm
was
saying?
so nasty with that shit. That's probably why my body toe up now.
So a lot of for me, man, that was just a lot of what I like to do was challenge myself, you know, on the back 40, was challenge myself, whether it was the pull-up bars, whether it was billing in the cipher with the brothers.
I was gonna say, you get back there, it looked like the
what I'm
Malcolm X
saying?
movie when the preacher standing on here
real.
and the minister there and another minister.
Man,
It'd be
what?
like that out there on the yard someday.
And I used to love it, bro. So, you know, and then I started to create later on down in the bit my own study groups on the yard where I grabbed a brother, Anthony X from the Nation of Islam, that knew about financial literacy, that started building with me on that. And we started at Coldwater, we started setting up financial literacy groups. And this one I was dealing with the college program, the prep college program that Lakeland had, and I became a tutor in there.
Okay.
And then I was able to
Lakeland, that's Coldwater, right?
Yeah, that's Coldwater.
Okay.
And I was able to get a lot of guys in college from after the GED and help them with their shifting their credits over.
Okay.
And that was just my job. And all those type of things molded me, man, to become more organized and structured with my thinking. And to see guys that haven't been in school 20 years go from a E and a D or a C to be in the top chart in the class because they come into the study group outside of the college course.
Yes, sir.
And that's the part when we hit those things in the day room and we grind it together and when report card or progress report content time came out and we bust those things out, those were the things we had cook us for.
Yes, sir.
Those are the things we celebrated.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But because who thought that this guy that's like, man, this nigga 60-something.
Yeah, no, for real.
He just came to this college course and killed it, you know?
Yeah.
And he didn't believe that he could when he first opened up this math book. And that's a part of the comeback kid movement behind the scenes of why is this, or like why, because I was able to push people who didn't have hope or believe in themselves to go to school.
Yes, sir.
And that was fun for me.
Yeah.
I always been a leader, so I just switched the swag to like educating, and then it became contagious. And a lot of the other strong leaders, we all became, you know, people of common interest. And that's how I began to learn a lot of game from a lot of the brothers that was considered elite in prison. So a lot of times, you know, that's how when I would come to the joint, come to a prison, you know, brothers, a couple days, they'd be sending for me like, hey, come greet the brothers, you know. So you even know how this goes.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
I do.
saying? I'm not
just
saying
letting you,
nothing like
I'm
I'm
letting
a
you
big
articulate it.
dog.
No,
I'm
sir.
not, and then just to the people,
That's
I'm
what I was
not,
just
you
finna
know what
say.
I'm
I'm letting you
not
articulate it
saying
so they can
nothing like
understand
it's
it.
heavy. Like I wrote in like I was Big Meech and I hit the compound. So
Yeah,
let me,
right.
Let me clarify this.
But that is the way it goes.
This
like,
the way it goes.
Yeah.
When, especially if you're a brother
of consequence, somebody who matters, so to speak.
Exactly. You know,
Yes, sir.
they sending the brothers in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? To make sure you straight, to make sure that you had flip-flop soap.
Everything
That you could need in the joint, man. When you hit that pound, they gonna make sure you straight.
Yes, sir.
And I receive that love from dealing with a lot of other community leaders in there.
Yes, sir.
And I talk about the community of prison.
Yeah.
And who we got, man? We got Shaka. We got what's Simpson Bay. We got
As far as what brothers just
came out.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? We got Malcolm X. It's just so many brothers.
That's why I'm
that
doing
came
it.
from
I gotta
Michigan
connect with these
prisons,
brothers.
though.
Yeah, that's out
Michigan
here.
prisons is interesting, bro.
Yes, sir.
I don't believe in America that it's a prison system like Michigan. I know the conditions are harder in a lot of other states, predominantly. I will say, let's say down south in the West Coast, they say the jailing is a bit harder.
I would say that it's a little different. And the reason I say different and not harder is because the harder part that they are talking about is the physical work that they have to do.
Exactly.
Right? Okay,
labor.
I can respect the physical
The
work
physical
being
work.
a physical hard thing,
Right.
right? But they also don't deal with the psychological things that we deal with up in Michigan prisons.
Right.
Whereas in a prison down south, it's most likely going to be near the areas where the
They
people
live.
are committing the crimes,
no
right?
doubt.
Up here in Michigan, you will commit your crime in Detroit and you will spend 10 years in Kinchalow, Michigan.
Like you in the feds.
We don't even know where that's at before we go to prison.
Exactly.
That's a 10-hour drive from Detroit, Michigan.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're not anywhere near your people. Just the mental toll on you being that far away. Your family ain't coming to see you, so now you got to call, and that's the strength of your contact, calling.
No doubt.
They even stopped us from being able to write physical letters.
Right.
Do you know that?
What? Hold on. No, I said right. No.
Yeah, the brothers told me I can't even write them physical letters in there. I'm sending JPEGs only.
So is no more physical mail coming?
That's my understanding, that they're only accepting JPEGs.
Now, doing my case study, right, I was reading and I gotta see what part this was in, but I remember I was reading a self-help manual about prison. You know, which we know the physical visits can't be, they're still trying to fight it, but the physical visits can't be cut because it's a part of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
The touch, the feel, the interaction,
Which is
with
why
a
such
human,
isolation far away from the people that are close.
they've been fighting to take that from them
Yes,
for
sir.
years.
Yes,
With all
sir.
this JPay, you can see it's all that. But it became, it was stopped because it has something to do with mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're talking about mail and you're talking about writing, the only reason they get away with that one because that one is attached to mental health. The only way they're getting away with that is because that kiosk, man,
The
that
kiosk.
JPay
Yep,
system.
the
You're getting a letter still.
You still
and you
getting
can
a
print
letter.
it out.
And you can print it out.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So they're getting away with it. And you got some older people that don't know how to use JPay that would love to write in a card, that some old people may just right-hand write a letter because that's not their thing, bro. They like writing letters. That's just what they like. I had older people in my family that love me. Guess what? They're not getting on JPay. I'm going to get some physical mail.
Yeah.
They're going to send me some pictures. They're going to send me a postcard. It may even be a little 2 sentences. But that's what they like to do. Yep. Now they're restricting them of that. We know the reasons why. Yeah. But guess what? This is why the fight continues. And this is why these issues have to be brought up on the front line. It's an uphill battle, but we have to stand firm. And that's where coming together, like on this podcast, and talking about these different issues and understanding that it's a person, we're one person away from solving a problem.
Yeah.
You know, like how I know you, I just met this brother, right?
Yeah.
I met another person. Now, once I get to know this brother, I understand his network, his connections, and how we can leverage each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's how we have to look at politics. How can I leverage me being a reform activist to create change with this politician? Well, I'm bringing this proposal for boom, 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 boom. Well, guess what? I'm going to do something even better for you. I'm going to go perform this in the community and show y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show y'all this what we doing. And then when y'all say no, I'm going to get more people to endorse this and put pressure on y'all.
Which leads me to my next question. What did you just go viral about? What was that about on social media? Let's talk about that. What were you doing with the news involved and all of that stuff?
Let me take a breath on this because this is heavy, you know, and the universe is working because I got a call that the guy who was getting out that we need to do some reform work with was from Jose Burgos, which is my man that worked for Sato, the reentry coordinator. And he said, yo, you're not going to believe the case I just got. Because I don't work with him with every case. Mm-hmm. I work with him with a few cases. But this one was significant. And the reason because we was incarcerated with T. Bro was on PUA with T. They put him in the bugged out because he put on all his street clothes on third shift. Walked out of the unit up to the control center and told them, let me out of here. He was like, it was like he was dreaming that he, how can I explain this? It was like he knew he wasn't supposed to be in prison, but like he was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
This man put on his street clothes for a visit and walked out the unit to the control center banging on the door like, let me up out of here, yo.
I'm not supposed to be here.
I'm not supposed to be here. The same thing I put on a T-shirt, I didn't do it. The same thing he used to say every day walking the child, bro. No lie. No cap about it. Bro, when I say we knew he was a little off or whatever, a little slower, but guess what? He still had his compass. He still had, he can identify who I was when he seen me at the prison. They was telling me he wasn't even going to know who I was. I said, it was like that fresh air and seeing the visual of me snapped him back because whatever they was telling me was a lie. Because when he seen me, he said, Doug. He said, bro, whoa. I say, oh, he know what's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not actual fact. So I'm going to make sure that I keep in touch and continue to be a mentor the same way I was with him in a joint and be there with resources for him, just like I was with the Jordan 1s and the comeback hoodie and the it was freezing out there that morning.
Yeah.
Boom, hit him with the hoodie. I'm like, no, see, the funniest part, the news don't have this part. I wish I had a tape of it. When we got to the car, bro, this guy, they opened the door. This guy dove in the car. I say, this shit real.
This shit real.
I say, this shit heavy.
Brother dove in. Get me up out of here.
And then guess what he told him? What's wrong?
Drive.
Give me up out. And then it was like, no, T, we about to finish, take the news out here. Just come out real quick. Yeah. He like, oh, I want to go to Arby's, though. Tell me he retarded.
Yeah, he want to
Tell me he retarded. That man ain't slow.
Yeah.
He may be impacted and has a lot of trauma.
Right.
But guess what I believe? I believe, which I'm going to assist with Jose, get him the right therapy. Get him a therapist that's a pretty girl or something. Let's see what this do. Let this pretty woman talk to him and see if he snap back in the free world, knowing he free and this pretty lady talking to him or something. Maybe that'll snap him back.
Yeah,
but I'm being funny, but what I'm saying is, the moral of what I'm saying is, I believe, bro, he gets some good therapy and good exercises going to Pistons games.
Because how long the brother do?
Taking 15 years for
man.
nothing.
For nothing.
On a DNA kit.
I did 15 years for
a
case
DNA
I
kit,
committed.
though, Detroit. Come on, Kim Worthy.
Yeah, man.
A DNA kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is why we're fighting, because we got like 36 exonerees from 2020 to now, bro. That's ridiculous, man.
That's only 2
These
years.
cases are coming up month after month, popping up. How is it that these brothers are, you're enslaving people now? You're putting people in bondages. If they're not wrong, you're enslaving people. So we want to make sure that we keep the press on the prosecutor's office with what's right.
Yes, sir.
And also work hand in hand with the prosecutor's office on what's right. Not just condemn and talk bad about the prosecution, because what we know is supposed to be the scales of justice. Mm-hmm. And what we know in America is there is a legal justice system. So in these courtrooms, me and Mario was talking about they need to start having court advisors, where if a prosecutor is going outside of law, this court advisor can eject and make the ruling on to the judge on what is being presented to be wrong right now in real time.
Yes, sir.
Not
later
over.
on after I'm in prison and I gotta find it in discovery and all of that shit.
This is the person like a referee here.
Yeah, that
Tech.
makes sense.
We ain't never seen that.
You never seen that.
I believe that's gonna be a big milestone for Michigan coming up. That's something that's being talked about behind the scenes for everybody to know what I'm involved in with the reform front, with things that will actually create a new shift in the legal system. Is my position with dealing with community leaders, people moving legislation, and the government.
Yes, sir.
And what we want to do is create more opportunity for people to be able to be corrected and learn from the experience. And we also want to understand second chances. And we also want to understand what rehabilitation is really about. Because once we lock this person up, we're still talking about a human being and what their mindset is and their mental health. So now the rehabilitation aspect from Michigan prisons has to be looked into on a bigger, broader scope. That's why I'm on the news.
Yes,
This is
sir.
why we're talking about it. Because guess what? We can't just do it in Michigan. We need support from America
Yes, sir.
at this point.
Yes, sir.
And from whatever things we get accomplished in Michigan, it's supposed to be setting the bar for other community leaders in different communities and states in America. So this isn't about a clout status. This is about breaking the chains and creating a new bridge and a new day for success. For whether you're mentally frail, whether you're mentally ill, frail, or
Whatever.
has any indeficiency, you're still not wrote off like you're not a citizen.
Yeah, right.
And these benefits and different things, anything that me and Jose and the guys that are national honorees find out about any funding or anything we can do to assist, people in this hell of a situation, being wrongly convicted and then coming back and having nothing. Because everyone in all cases are not paid immediately, and all the guys are basically not paid immediately. It's a process.
Yeah.
And then you have different cases where like a guy may have had life, but it was numbers, and then they find something in the case he wrongly convicted. They don't be wanting to pay them.
Right. I know what
And
you
it's
mean.
a different.
I got a homeboy.
It's a difference between it.
My
You know what I'm
partner
saying?
did I think 8 years, and he was released like that.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't think it was the letters. He had life, but it wasn't the letter.
Right.
It was the numbers.
It was the numbers,
and
like
they had to
25.
commute the
Yeah.
sentence or some shit and
Right.
let him go.
But they didn't want to pay him.
They not only did they not want to pay him, but they didn't give him any assistance because nigga, you ain't one of our parolees. We don't care about you no more. You innocent, right? Get out. But this brother had to go home and try to figure out how to relive life after doing 8 years. He actually coming up. He's a part of Moolah Films. I mean,
Shamar Avery. That's
yeah.
the brother I just was with at the prison. I just met the brother.
Okay, yeah, that's
And,
my guy.
and he did buffed up, man.
Yeah, all
This
them
brother is
movies.
from prison.
Yeah.
He get buffed up.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He's
doing
one of the
Detroit
producers
movies.
of it. Yeah,
All Detroit movies. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yes sir.
And that's the creativity. You can't write people off, man. This is the land of opportunity, man. Let it be the land of opportunity. But we're going to always create our own opportunity. We're going to keep pressing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in Lansing more to do more things. You know what I'm saying? With you brothers up here. And we're going to keep pressing, bro. That's all I know.
You got any last words for him, bro?
To sum up what I'm doing with the Comeback Kid movement and with for returning citizens, right now, I'm going to be hitting the campaign for the Comeback Kid brand to be able to afford more exonerees and over sentence people with apparel and name brand sneakers.
Okay.
So what we're having talks about now, we're gonna be having a Zoom next week with Kevin, and a few other people that are from the community into politics.
Make
We're gonna
sure
be
you
talking
tap me
about setting up a fund for people to be able to donate to Kevin's nonprofit, because I don't have a nonprofit yet. I have LLCs. I have like 2 different LLCs. I'm working on a nonprofit, so I'm gonna use my friend.
Mm-hmm. I do the
Kevin,
same thing. My brother got a
nonprofit,
nonprofit. I work with his.
which is blessed and highly favored always.
Okay.
501c3. Follow my man Kevin Harrington, 313 Shout out to him, man, for putting in the work straight off the top bunk and not taking no for answer.
Yeah, brother, get your ass down here to Lansing, too.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Bro. And so we're going to be doing it with his nonprofit. More than likely, we're going to keep it hometown, and we're going to do a lot of things dealing with the campaign at the Inkster Rec Center.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to also, I'm going to set up some days for some drops for donations where people can physically come drop off new items. I'm not going to do any used items. And the reason, and it may not, and because of this, more people may be prone to donate, but that's fine because it's millions of people out here and it's millions of organizations that have the money to fund what I'm trying to do, right? Yes, and the reason because I don't want to use used items, we're talking about someone that's been enslaved and been wearing hard shoes. If someone else has sweated in these shoes, that's like me giving him some more steak shoes, man. It's offensive to me. So I look at it like with a fresh start, these people need to have fresh kicks on, man.
Yeah.
You know, and if y'all with that, man, when we had this campaign, definitely donate to Bless the Highly Favored nonprofit and how to donate. And, you know, there's going to be different videos dropping and the campaign going to roll. I'm actually going to talk to him, see about helping tape the campaign. And I may even need to come here to do some work for the videos for the campaign. So that's how serious this is, though. And we going to rock it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about, oh, that may not work. Oh, you may not get that many sneakers. You want them new. I don't want to hear that. The same people, or not the same people. Let me take that back. I'm on the radio. So the understanding, people was telling me, bro, you got like a whole bag for this dude. How you about to give that to him when he first walk out? And it's like, I said to myself, they don't get it. They don't get it.
Because that's the time
you will never understand walking out of a prison. You will never get it. And I remember they was laughing. My brother was laughing. Sean Blanchard, he was laughing. I'm a visualist. I'm a visionary. Mm-hmm. I told my brother, bro, when you understand that your dwelling is boss and you understand who you are, it's kind of like the kings when they drape themselves in gold. It's like it embeds in your melanin. Like, to say something crazy about it. Like it's a part of your lineage. Like, when you understand that you're a king, you know what I'm saying? It's like me saying, yo, bro, not me like me saying. I told my brother, yo, I want a Ferragamo belt, some Ferragamo loafers, and I want a linen short outfit with a button-down shirt like I'm in Miami and I'm getting out of Michigan prisons, okay? And I want to ride in this type of car.
Yeah.
He laughed and bought me everything the opposite because he is his type of dude. And guess what? Guess what I did? And guess what I said? Stay tuned, my man. I ain't wearing this. What you doing?
Straight up.
What you doing?
Straight up.
Come on, bro. You put me some Jordan 11s and a white tee. We not poor. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, yeah.
I got support.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I was happy and I was thankful
do.
because I had some Jordan 11s. But the more of what I'm about to get back around to, because my brother wanted me to work for things coming out.
Right, okay.
He didn't want to drape me and pull up in a new car. My brother was on a big bro perspective. And at the end of the day, I be talking stuff about it, but I respect him for it. Because that's how I got straight to it.
Yes, sir.
Because I didn't like being in a white tee on TV.
No, sir.
That was my discomfort.
That was your ego.
But no. But what I'm saying is that was my discomfort that gave me that sauce, that juice to say, if I want to be in this, I got to work hard.
I got to get to
play hard.
Yes, sir.
And I'm back out here.
Appreciate you for pulling up,
sure. Bro.
This was a good episode, man. I appreciate you for coming, driving all the way down here just to sit and have this conversation, man.
No, much overdue, bro.
Much respect, much support. You know, like I said prior, we locked in, bro. I'm doing the work with you. It's on. I'll be there to see you. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
I'm gonna need y'all in the city of Inkster.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
let y'all know, man.
Yes,
or in Detroit. You know, shout out to Detroit, man.
All over Michigan.
All over Michigan.
Free to real.
Word up.